Isabella needs to focus and continue to keep her eyes on the main goal, or you could say aim for a hole-in-one. Video games have been a pop culture icon since the early 1980s. More recently in history, they've been being played as a competitive sport. Tate Rosencutter, the president of Gamers of OSU, is here to tell us more about esports and how gaming is actually a sport, despite what most people think. I talked to Brittany Gruber, the president of the OSU Wakeboarding Club, and she said that anybody can join the wakeboarding club, you just have to pay your dues. So I decided to test my abilities. Here goes nothing.
While most students are busy ironing out their schedules, for Isabella Fierro, that means something a little different. Isabella is a freshman on the OSU women's golf team. Isabella was ranked number 35 in the World Amateur Golf Rankings. She is currently ranked number 28 and explains just what is required to be ranked accordingly.
I mean, you have to play certain tournaments with different, they have classification levels, and then depends on how you're doing is how much points you're gonna get for every tournament. And it's not like you have to play outside the U.S. to have points. It's just that you have to play important tournaments, so it's called major tournaments, but in amateur, and that's how you get ranked.
Isabella needs to focus and continue to keep her eyes on the main goal, or you could say aim for a hole-in-one.
Yeah, I mean, she has so much potential, and she continues to grow and continues to work hard. I mean, the sky's the limit for her. She's got all the physical talent in the world. As she continues to grow and mature as a golfer, as a person, and really get a little bit stronger in the weight room, her golf game's going to continue to grow, and I think she's gonna do some great things.
Along with focusing and pushing herself to be better, Isabella explains how positivity and values drive her and her teammates every day and every practice to be the best that they can be and confident in everything that they do.
Coaches, they're told us since day one we got here is that we have to be really positive about everything that we do. We have to they give us these values, it was I think 8 values that we keep on our minds every single day while we train. And yeah, it was one victory and it feels great, but it's not enough. We have to go for even more and more every single day.
The Cowgirls will be playing in the Windy City Collegiate Classic on Monday and Tuesday in Chicago. It looks like a favorable season for Isabella and the Cowgirls. For the Poke Report, I'm Mackenzie Kiefer.
Homecoming is about more than just the alumni coming home. The alumni are the true Cowboys who define loyal and true. OSU students are the heart of what the alumni are coming home to. Pam Davis, the Vice President and Chief Programs Officer, is here to fill us in.
Obviously, to bring back all the alumni home and to host homecoming is a vital role to the Alumni Association. We want everybody to come home and feel like home, but the students play the biggest part in it. And so what will happen is after homecoming week, we have an executive group of 9 students that leads a steering committee that gets all of the work done. I mean, they are the boots on the ground. We just help them and support them and cheer them along, fund them as best we can.
In 2010, the Alumni Association began fundraising for the $3 million Homecoming and Student Programs Endowment. The endowment has changed the way that organizations are able to fund their homecoming events. The Alumni Association is hoping the endowment will fully fund homecoming in the upcoming years. This will provide future generations of Cowboys to be able to experience America's greatest homecoming celebration.
We're a membership organization, and so a lot of people may not realize that their membership dollars are going to all of our programming.
Blair Atkinson talked about how alumni feel when they come back to Stillwater and show their friends and family America's greatest homecoming.
It is the most beloved tradition to alumni, and it really, for a lot of reasons, it is kind of the only place that you get to see and feel and experience what it means to be in the Cowboy family. And so I think for alumni, it just your heart and your chest kind of swells with pride to say, this is my alma mater, and this is the place you get to experience and feel what it feels like to be in our family, and I think they just get a lot of pride.
While current students are enjoying the parties and hype of homecoming, the alumni bring a high level of emotion and love to the whole phenomenon. Their history and loyalty shine through everything current students are putting together. The students' time and effort create the atmosphere that keeps the alumni coming home. For Pete's Corner, I'm Mackenzie Kiefer. Bullett's new friend BB wears many hats that most people aren't aware of. BB, which stands for Baxter Black, is actually a therapy horse for a broad spectrum of people throughout the week. He works at a facility called Turning Point Ranch, which provides therapeutic equine experiences.
Turning Point Ranch is a therapeutic horsemanship center, so we give progressive riding skills as well as doing unmounted lessons with miniature horses.
How did BB get involved in cowboy football? I talked to Rachel Royston about BB joining Bullitt on the field.
A few weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, I get a phone call from Tia Herring at the OSU athletic department saying, "Hey, Kate at the equestrian barn gave me your name that you might have a little black pony." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I do have a little black pony. Why?" And so she started to tell me about how she wanted to enrich the experience for the Pistol Pete partners, and so that it was one more really cool thing that could be for them in that experience. Tia and I talked back and forth, so we decided, okay, we're going to try it. And so Tia invited us to the walkthrough with a practice with the band and the players and all that stuff before the first home game. And I was a nervous wreck. I was like, I didn't want him to be spazzed out. I kept telling Tia, if it's too much for him, we'll leave. I'm sorry, but if it's too much, because my biggest thing is taking care of him. And he pretty much dragged us out into the stadium. He took a big bite of fake turf and spit it out with disgust. He's in his element, and he loves the ball games. He loves the fans. He loves the kids. And it's been really good for me to see that he was capable of so much more than I could have ever dreamed.
BB's future looks to be the brightest orange, working as a part of OSU athletics. Look for BB at the next home football game, which is October 19th, as the Cowboys battle the Baylor Bears. For the Poke Report, this is Mackenzie Kiefer.